Okay, this is how I sight in a crossbow shooting traditional heads. I've got it pretty close sighted in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 3 arrows at separate bullseyes, and whichever 2 arrows hit the closest to each other in respect to the bullseye itself, I'm going to use those as my number 1 and number 2 arrow. I'll pick one, sight it in for that, and then have the other one arrow as my number 2 arrow, and then the number 3 will just go into the 3rd slot. Now if it's way off, I'll have to go get a different arrow. All right, 20 yards, arrow number 1. Okay, let's shoot arrow number 2. Both of those are acceptable. Let's shoot number 3, see where it goes. It's a 1-inch group or less, because the knock on the left is kicked. It kicked the target around, and from back there it looked like it shot left, but that's because of the angle I was looking at it at. The impacts are sub 1 inch. Acceptable. So these are Chinese knockoffs of the Oscuts, and I do not have weighted inserts in these because this crossbow does shoot slower, and so I think the FOC on these is about 15%. There's no weighted screw or anything in them. It's just a standard aluminum insert. I guess in some ways I'm choosing arrow speed over FOC, but the FOC is above 12%, which is considered an elevated FOC that starts making a difference. So I think I'm at 15 point something here, but I'm liking this. And these are around 475 grains, 2117s, 19 inches long with lighted nocks and feathers. Putting the feathers on there and taking the plastic vanes off really changes the FOC. It can go up 2 or 3% just by taking and replacing the plastic fletching with feather fletching. Okay, to add some FOC, I'm going to put 1/2 inch 8/32 screws on here, and it'll add about 22 grains. I've got to grind them down just a little bit so they'll go into inside the shaft. So then I'll screw this in the back of this and hot glue it, and that'll give me some more FOC. That fits, that works. So 26 without grinding, 24 with grinding. So it's like shooting 174 grains instead of 150-ish. So I put it all the way in there tight till it hits the back of the broadhead, and then back it off about 1/2 a turn or a full turn, maybe just a little bit more. Then I can throw the hot glue to it. Hot glue the screw in and put the glue on the side of this. Heat it one more time. Put it on there. And then clock it. There you go. Then let this glue dry or cool it off, and break the excess off. That's a friction feature. You don't want that on there. Spin test. Lovely. You're dead. So now my total all arrow weight 500. Magical. I'd like 240 feet per second, 500 grains, and our FOC is probably around 17%. Let's measure it. All right, 9.5. Okay, it's 3 1/8. So 1 divided by 8 equals 0.125. So 3.125 divided by 19 equals 16.4% FOC. 500 grain arrow, 165 pound pull, Blackcat. Let's cronny this. 234. That's pretty close to 240. So this is how I sharpen my blades. I just shoot them in the dirt. All right, hope we're in the orange on this one. 20 yards. 500 grain arrow, 234 feet per second. Dead as dead can be. Maybe a quarter of an inch off. It's kicked the target over. I think it's dead center of the orange. There you go. I couldn't shoot the difference. You're dead.